Hello, I'm Will, this is Mike, we're the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
And in this video we're going to be having another look at more things you can do with the miniatures you get from Warhammer 40,000 Conquest magazine. In the last episode we had a look at how the magazine sets you up perfectly to play Kill Team, and this one we're going to expand on that a bit and talk about an expansion for Kill Team, which is Kill Team Commanders. Once again, the inspiration for this video came from a video from another channel called Spekd, who has a video going over the expansion and what sort of things from Conquest you can do. So there'll be a link to that in the description if you want to check out a bit more of that. But we're going to run with that, and using models from the magazine, we're going to have a go at a game using the expansion. It's quite a good expansion if you've got into Kill Team and played a few games and you want to add a bit more sort of interest or variety to your games. You can add in these characters. You can't actually buy it in a physical copy by itself. It comes in a set, which is £35 in the UK, when it comes with a load of cards and tokens and things. But you could, if you wanted to, get the ebook edition, which is only £15 in the UK or equivalent in your local currency, but it's actually quite good value for a Games Workshop product. The models you can see on your screen are the ones that we've got with Conquest so far that you can use in Commanders. You pretty much just add a character model to your Kill Team, and they have various rules which we'll go over later on. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. We're going to have a look at the Kill Teams we've got with our new Commanders added, and then we'll get straight onto the game. So here's my Death Guard Kill Team, and it's pretty much the same as it was before. We've got my Leader Specialist on the left here. Oh, he's got a plasma gun now as well, so I've upgraded him to the model with that. We've got my Zealot Specialist, who's the guy with the knife. And then we've got two Plague Marine Gunners. There's the Heavy Specialist with the Blight Launcher and the Demolition Specialist with the plasma gun. And at the back we've got just a generic Plague Marine with a bolt gun and 6 Poxwalkers, so we had enough points for an extra one of those. And over here is my commander, it's the Plague Surgeon. The way that it works in Kill Team Commanders is you can add various models on as commanders, and rather than starting as a level 1 specialist like specialists normally do, you just buy them at a fixed level and they stay at that level, at least if you're playing a campaign anyway. Then something I didn't mention before is the normal amount of guys you have in your Kill Team is 100 points worth, and the points are obviously given in the rulebook. In Commanders it's often up to 200 points, that should allow room for Commander. So I've taken my Plague Surgeon as a level 3 specialist who costs 75 points, and I've also given him an upgrade which gives me some extra command points at the beginning of the game, we'll see that in a second, but it also allowed enough points to give me the Plasma Gun on the Champion and an extra Poxwalker compared to what I took last time. And Commanders all have their own special skill trees, and he is a Leadership Specialist, which basically I'm trying to mitigate the problem with the Death Guard when they have Poxwalkers, which are kind of just a liability from the point of view of nerve tests. So we'll see that come into effect, hopefully. And it also enhances his aura. And this is the Space Marine Kill Team, so do you want to run us through what you've got?
Same starter as it was last time, like with the Death Guard. So from left to right in the front, we've got the Comm Specialist, then a Intercessor Gunner Sniper Specialist with a Grenade Launcher, the Sergeant who's the Leader, and the Reaver Sergeant who's a Combat Specialist. Then for my commander I'm going to take the Librarian. He's going to be a level 1 Psyker Specialist, which gives him +1 to his Psychic tests. And he knows Cybolt, which is like a miniature version of Smite, Veil of Time and Might of Heroes. And I added an extra Reaver so there's 3 generic Reavers now.
Yes, because the Plague Surgeon's quite cheap, the Librarian's quite an expensive commander, so you couldn't fit as much stuff in, and by taking his level 1 though you do have enough points for an extra Reaver. So we'll have a look at the battlefield now and the mission we're going to be playing. Here's the board we have set up. As you can see, we're using the most recent board, the Spaceport board, but if you're not this far advanced in the magazine, you can use whatever terrain you have to hand. We've just set it up in an interesting kind of manner, provide plenty of cover, because that's quite important in Kill Team. And we're going to do the same mission that we did in the previous episode, which is just the sort of introductory scenario, Covert War. It's not really technically designed for commanders, but it doesn't really matter. We're just using it as a simple mission to do something. But if we get the same victory conditions that we rolled for last time, we'll just roll a different one, basically. So the first thing that happens is we have to roll for strategic advantage. So rolling 2d6 each. I've rolled a 5.
I rolled a 4.
So I have the strategic advantage. So the first thing we do is place objectives, and because I have the strategic advantage, I place one first, so mine's down here, and then Mike's place one over there. The next thing that happens is the player with the strategic advantage, i.e. me, rolls to see what the objective, the game objective will be, as it were. So I've rolled a 1, so that's objective number 1.
So that secures the battlefield, which is each objective marker is worth 2 victory points at the end of the game.
So the next thing that happens is we're going to do the scouting phase this time, and essentially we pick one of 6 options and then reveal them. Pick one secretly and then reveal them, and we'll tell you what happens depending on what they are. So we shall reveal in 3, 2, 1.
So I picked the one that lets me set up traps. I would have been able to pick terrain, and models that started near it or moved near it would take wounds, but William's chosen disarm traps, which counteracts that one.
Yeah, so the scouting phase achieves nothing. So now the player without the strategic advantage divides the battlefield in two, and then we get to pick where our deployment zones. So how would you like to divide the battlefield?
So, since we did across the long edge last time, I'm going to split the ball this way this time. So it's two halves.
So the player with the greatest strategic advantage gets to pick which side they would like to take, and I will take the side on the left of the screen, so this one over here. So now the player with the least strategic advantage deploys a model, and then we go back and forth. I just deploy one of his readers there, and then we'll just show you the end of the deployment once we've done it all, I think. So here we are with the finished deployment now. So over on the Space Marine side, we've got the Sniper Specialist up on top of this Plasma Regulator, the Commander, the Librarian, with one of the generic Reavers, and the Comms Specialist, the Leader, and another generic Reaver, and then over on the far side we've got the Combat Specialist Reaver Sergeant and the other Reaver. Over on the Death Guard side we've got all the Poxwalkers and the Zealot Specialists and the Plague Surgeon here, then the Leader, the generic Bolt Gun Man, and the Heavy Specialist with the Blight Launcher, and finally over there the Demolition Specialist with the Plasma Gun. So just giving you an aerial view there, so you see roughly where everybody is. So that means we'll be on to battle round 1, and the first thing that happens is we both generate 2 command points. And as in the previous mission, I'm going to use 2 of them for, I think it's called Grandfather's Blessing. So I'm going to use this on my champion, my leader specialist, and I roll a d6. On a 1, he suffers d3 mortal wounds, but on a 2+, he gets +1 to hit and wound for the rest of the battle. That's a 1.
And it happened again.
That happened, that's happened again. So he takes d3 mortal wounds. It's 3.
Oof.
So he gets a chance to ignore these for disgustingly resilient. He's made 1 of them, but it doesn't matter because he's still going to take an injury roll. So on a 4+, he's taken out of action. Yes. So that's a good start. But my commander does have a thing which I bought for him, which means I get an extra d3 command points at the beginning of the game, so I'd better roll for that as well. 2, so I do actually start the game with 2 command points. Now we roll for initiative to see who actually gets to go first. I've rolled an 8.
I rolled a 7.
So we will be on to my movement phase then. I'm going to start by advancing all of these Poxwalkers, so we'll do them as they are on your screen, basically from closest to picture to furthest away, and I'll just roll them all at once. So we've got 2 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 5 inches. So in the middle of doing that, I actually realised I need to move my Zealot Specialist first as well, because he's kind of in the way. So he'll just shuffle slightly to end up like that, just to let the Poxwalkers past. And there's my finished movement, so all the Poxwalkers have moved up to be sort of by this box. The Plague Surgeon is following them. 2 heavies, the 2 gunners over here, the Heavy and the Demolition Specialist, have moved up to those boxes, and the Bolt Gun Man is just going to stay at the back for the moment. So now we'll be on to the Space Marine movement.
Yeah, so this Reaver has moved up normally, as is this one, so you can just move over terrain, as long as it's less than 1.5 inches tall, without penalty. Librarian's moved up just to be a bit closer to that terrain, so he gets the benefit for injury tests. All of my intercessors are going to ready, and then these 2 Reavers over here are going to advance, so they've already moved up their normal distance, and then I'll just roll to get an extra distance. So the Combat Specialist gets to go an extra 1, and the other Reaver an extra 5.
So they just get to there.
Advanced.
So now we'll be on to the Psychic phase, because we have a Psycho.
So the Librarian will try to manifest... We'll start with Psybolt. It will hit that Foxwalker there, because he's the closest.
Yeah, it's basically Smite, but it only does 1 mortal wound rather than D3.
It's the same, so he needs a 4. Normally it's a Warp Charge value of 5, but he gets +1 for being a Psycho Specialist. When he got a 12, well, on an 11 or more he does D3 mortal wounds instead of 1, but he takes a perils, but I will actually re-roll a dice.
Okay, so you're going to spend a command point to avoid taking damage yourself?
Yeah.
No,
it's
a double 6.
So he instantly takes D3 mortal wounds. He takes 2, so he's down to 3 wounds.
Yeah, he does have a lot of wounds as normal, so down to 3.
But then that Poxwalker takes D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Takes 2.
So he gets disgustingly resilient. No, so he does take a wound, so you want to make the injury roll.
Okay, on a 4+, it's out of action.
Yeah.
It is. Killed Poxwalker.
So
it's definitely worth 2 wounds.
Poxwalker goes down.
So he will also try to manifest Veil of Time on this Reaver.
This one here, okay. So it's walk charge value of 5, but again he gets +1.
You need to roll a 4. Yep.
A 10.
Right, 10, so
there we go. This is actually the card from the main game, but we'll just put it there to remind ourselves that he has Veil of Time. And with that, we'll be on to the shooting phase. So at the start of my shooting phase, I'm going to spend a command point for a leadership commander tactic called Bring Them Down, and I pick a model he can see, an enemy model, and I get +1 to hit rolls in the shooting phase with all of my kill team. And he can't actually see the librarian, so we're going to put this on this guy here, who's out, this Reaver, in the middle of the board.
yeah.
But it's ready models to shoot first. The Space Marines have 3 of them, so who would you like to start with?
We'll start with the sniper specialist.
Okay.
I'll give him the +1 to hit from the comm specialist. So he's going to shoot his auxiliary grenade launcher at the demo specialist with the plasma gun. He's got a 3 hitting on a 3. Then -2 because it's at long range and obscured, but then +1 from the comm specialist, so hitting on a 4. So it's hitting on a 4, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling the 1.
Because he's a sniper specialist?
Yep.
No, he missed.
So yeah, my leader specialist is going to shoot at this Poxwalker, and he is within short range and he's not obscured. So
Yep.
I've got 2 shots hitting on 3s. Nope. And then the comm specialist, he's going to shoot at the plasma gunner as well. He is within short range, but you're obscured. So we've got 2 shots hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on 5. Didn't wound.
Now we've gone to people who do normal shooting, and I have the initiative, so I will shoot first, and I'll choose my Blight Launcher, and he will shoot at the Reaver who I marked with my commander. So it'll be 2 shots hitting on 4s because you're obscured, re-rolling 1s because of the command tactic, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, yes, 2 wounds.
5+ armor saves.
Yes.
Made 1, failed 1.
So D3 damage, 1. I think I'll use the command point to re-roll that, so you're hoping for more than a 1.
That's definitely
It's definitely cocked, it's not going to sit flat. 1.
So Reaver takes a wound. Now actually I'll pick the wounded Reaver. He'll fire his pistol at the plasma gunner.
You're at long range because it's only a pistol.
Yep. So 1 shot hitting on a 5. Nope.
I think I'll shoot with my plasma gun man next, before anything happens to him. He will shoot at the guy who's wounded. Because he's wounded, I won't supercharge this, because he gets, being a demolition specialist, he gets +1 to wound people who are obscured, so he's wounding on 2s anyway. 2 shots hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, because you're obscured. Re-rolling 1s. That's 1 hit. Wounds on a 2, because he's a demolition specialist. It did.
6+.
Oh.
Yes. So finally this Reaver will fire his pistol at that plasma gunner as well,
Okay.
just for lack of anything else to shoot at.
Yeah.
So he's hitting on a 5 as well. Missed.
And that leaves me with 2 bolt guns, and we'll do the Plague Surgeon first. He will shoot at the guy he marked, because he's only got 2 targets in range. He'll go for him. See, he's got a bolt pistol, and he'll be hitting on 5. Re-rolling 1s. Nope, missed. We'll do my Zealot Specialist next. He can actually see the Reaver over there, the wounded one, so we'll go for him, and he's just about within rapid fire range. So it'll be 2 shots on 4s, because he is obscured. 1 hit, wounding on a 4. Yep.
3+ armor save. Yep.
And then finally, the remaining bolt gunner, who is just outside of rapid fire range, so it'll be 1 shot hitting on a 5 against that Reaver again. No. That will be the end of my shooting, and the end of the battle round, because there's nobody in melee, and obviously charging happens in the movement phase. And no more outtests to take, because nobody has anybody on a flesh wound. So we'll be on to battle round 2. You generate 2 command points, and I generate only 1, because my leader is out of action. And then we need to roll 4 initiative. 9 I've rolled.
10.
So you get it.
So first up, I'm just going to ready my sniper and comm specialist, and Sarge is going to move up a little bit so he gets the benefit of intervening cover for injury rolls. This Reaver is going to declare all the Poxwalkers as a charge target.
Okay, this is the one who has Veil of Time on him.
Yep.
I will not react with anybody.
No.
They're going to stay where they are.
Okay, so I can re-roll this because he has Veil of Time on him. Well, 12.
Probably been enough. Come around the box this way.
So those 2 Poxwalkers on the end are engaged. This Reaver will declare a charge on the heavy.
Right, he will overwatch. So he will have 2 shots hitting on 6. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3, rerolling 1s. That's a wound.
5+ armor save. Nope.
Nope, so D3 damage. 1.
And then my charge distance. 5 isn't going to be enough, so I will re-roll one of the...
No, you can't, you have to reroll.
Oh, okay, alright, yeah, it is different. So yeah, you have to re-roll both dice with charges. You're in...
But this...
Oh, 5 again.
5 again, so no, he's stuck.
combat specialist will actually move over here.
Yep, fair enough. Get to the cover.
Yeah, so this Reaver will also declare a charge on this heavy.
Okay. He does get to Overwatch again, but he didn't hit this
It's
time.
irrelevant. So he needs an 8-inch charge, which he didn't get with a 7.
So he's also staying where he is.
And then my librarian's just going to move up over there.
So to start with my movement, I ready to the 2 guys with special weapons, and the bolt gunner has just moved up to over there just to get people within short range. Then I'm going to try and charge with some of these poxwalkers, the ones that aren't engaged with the Reaver. So we'll start with this one here on the corner of the box. He will charge the Reaver in the middle. He can't react because he attempted to charge in this turn, so I just need to roll my dice and see what I get. 6? We'll have to see. That is only just enough, so that poxwalker gets himself to there. We'll try this one next, the one who's in front of the Plague Surgeon. Probably needs about a 7. 6, probably not. It's not enough, but he is going to take advantage of being able to move the full 6 inches as long as he gets as close as possible, so he will end up there. And then we'll try this one here, the remaining one. Oh dear. So obviously that's not enough, but he's going to stay where he is because otherwise he'll end up in the open. My Zealot will charge your Reaver who charged.
Yep.
I was going to move him so the Librarian couldn't see anybody, but then having charged these Poxwalkers, the Librarian can see someone, so he will be able to use Cybolt, but as long as I don't get the Zealot closer, it'll be alright, so just rolling, 9 will be plenty. So he gets himself to there, and then my leader might as well have a go as well, because he's not too bad in melee. Yeah, he's in. And yes, I did mean Commander. It's very confusing. So he gets to there, like that. Yeah, that'll be all of my guys moved, so we'll go on to the Psychic phase.
So the Librarian is first going to try and manifest Might of Heroes on this Reaver.
Okay, yeah, the one who charged.
So he needs a 4, because it's a Warp Judge only 5.
Nope.
Going to re-roll one of those.
Okay.
Or re-roll the whole thing.
Yes, you have to re-roll the whole thing, you can't roll. We remembered that when you re-roll Psychic tests in Kill Team, you have to re-roll both dice, not one, so the Perils result you had earlier, we'll re-roll that in a minute, but for this you just re-roll both dice.
Yeah. You got a 4.
Got a 4.
Which is a success.
That's exactly what you needed, so he has Might of Heroes. So yeah, Might of Heroes should actually be going off on a 5, not a 4, because it's warp charge value of 6 and then +1 for his specialty. This is just a mistake on our part. We think we probably got confused with the warp charge value for Veil of Time. As we discussed at the end, we don't play Kill Team very often and Commanders even less, so that's just why. These things happen sometimes, unfortunately, so yeah, sorry about that. So re-rolling the Perils result from earlier, because you should have re-rolled both dice rather than just one, so yeah, it did go off. So the Cybolt went off and everything is fine, and you didn't take wounds.
Yeah.
So the Librarian is in fact at full wounds.
And we're just going to assume that it killed the...
Yeah, well, the power definitely went off anyway. So yeah, sorry about that. That was just an oversight.
And then he'll try to manifest Veil of Time on this Reaver.
First.
And he also needs a 4 again. He got it with a 6.
So now we'll be on to the shooting phase. You have the initiative, so you get to pick one of your ready models.
Yep. Sniper will shoot at the Blight Launcher with his auxiliary grenade launcher. So he's got, and I give him the +1 from the comm specialist. So he's got 1 shot, hitting on a 4, rerolling 1s.
Yep.
Rolling the 1.
Again.
Yeah, he hit that time.
Yep.
So it's wounding on a 3, because it's strength 6.
Yes.
Nope, I will actually re-roll that. Because I want to kill your Blight Launcher.
Yep, understandable. Oh.
Get it in the box. Hit wounded.
It's -1 AP, so 4 plus armor save. Yes, I've made it.
Yeah, okay.
So I will shoot with my heavy specialist with the Blight Launcher now. He was going to shoot at your common specialist because he hasn't shot yet. He's outside of half range, but I'm going to spend his command point for his tactic, which is more bullets, so he gets an extra shot. So it'll be 3 shots with the Blight Launcher, hitting on 5s because you're obscured and too far away. So 1 hit, wounding on a 3. No.
Phew. So next I get to choose I'll choose the comm specialist. He'll shoot at the plasma gun man because there's nothing.
Because he hasn't
shot yet.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 shots hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Because we're within short range. 2 hits. Get those to wound, please. Wounding on 5s. He got a wound.
Yep, -1 AP. 4 plus. Nope.
So
disgustingly resilient.
yeah.
Isn't here.
Yeah,
I made that.
Of course it is.
We'll do my plasma gun has to shoot next because he's ready. He'll shoot at the wounded Reaver over here. So he is obscured, but he's within short range, so 2 shots with the plasma gun. Hit on 4s, that's 1 hit. Wounding on a 2, because even though it's strength, even though it's not supercharging, he's got +1 to wound because he's demolitions. Oh, it's a wound anyway. 6.
6 plus. Nope.
And so an injury roll, but he is obscured from this guy's point of view. Oh, but a 5 is enough to take him out.
So he's out of action.
Actually, he goes down.
This Reaver will put a pistol shot into your heavy.
Yeah, he's not obscured from there, so...
But he is at long range.
Yes, because it's 1/6
So
inches.
1 shot hitting on 4. No.
The only guy I've got left is this bolt gun man here. Yeah, he'll shoot at your leader, I suppose. Bit of a long shot, but it's going to be 1 shot hitting on a 5. No.
And the librarian will go. He'll shoot at this Poxwalker.
Yeah, the one who didn't make it into melee.
So it will be at short range, I think. Yes, it is at short range, but he's obscured by the... Oh no, he's not obscured, so it's one shot hitting on a 3.
Yeah, because you can see the whole of him.
Yeah. One shot hitting on a 3. We hit. Wounding on a 3. No, typical. Then my leader will also shoot at the Poxwalker in the open.
Yeah, he will be obscured.
But I've got 2 shots for being short range.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 shots hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. You wounded.
Disgustingly resilient. Nope.
So on a 5+, it's out of action.
Yes, because he's obscured by his friend who is within an inch of him. So
Yeah.
he's obscured by the thing. He's within an inch.
What? Oh, he is.
He's dead though. Ah. So now we're on to the fight phase, and you've got the initiative, so you got to pick one of your guys.
Yeah, it's the Reaver you're pointing the camera at.
Yeah, funnily enough, yeah. Yeah, so he can fight. He can actually attack my commander or my zealot because they charged him. It's a slight difference to the main game.
He'll have a go at your zealot.
May as well. He's only got 1 wound. So
He's got 4 attacks from Might of Heroes.
yes,
Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s because he's strength 5.
good my heroes.
2 wounds.
Made the difference. 2 3+ armor saves. That's a fail. Disgustingly resilient. Nope.
4+, he's out of action.
Yep.
He is.
Ah. So yeah, my hero is really making a difference there. So he goes down as well. Then it's my turn to pick someone who charged, and well, obviously I'll pick this Poxwalker because so he will pile in. And then he's got 2 attacks hitting on a mighty 5. Oh, got a hit. Wounding also on a 5. No. And now your Reaver gets to fight back because with Veil of Time he counts as he fights in this part of the fight phase.
Yep. So he has 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 1 hit. God, do better. Wounding on a 3. He wounded at least.
Oh, but the Poxwalker lives. Now my commander has to go. He has 3 attacks that will be hitting on 2s because he's a Plague Surgeon, so he gets +1 to hit and wound against Adeptus Astartes. So on 2s, 3 4s, so no Death of the False Emperor. Wounding on 4s because it would be 3s, but you've got Mighty Heroes.
Oof.
Oh, alright, okay, that works.
6s because it's a Bale Sword. Nope.
No, but it's only 1 injury roll because 1
Yes.
damage, but a 5 isn't
He's out of action. Yeah.
And then he won't consolidate. And then these Poxwalkers, these 2 that were charged by that Reaver who just died, they can be picked to fight because they were charged, even though he's no longer there, and they can pile in 3 inches. But then they can't do anything else. But I'm just going to use that to get them out here in front of the Plague Surgeon. But that will be the end of the battle round. There's nothing to do in the morale phase because we're not yet at 50% casualties, or more than 50% casualties, and nobody's actually on flesh wounds, so there's no nerve tests to be taken. So we're on to battle round 3. We generate command points, so I get 1, and you get 2, and then we roll for initiative again, and I've got 10 this time.
10.
So I have to roll that again. 3.
8.
Okay.
First things first, the Librarian will charge this Poxwalker.
One in the middle, yep. That'll be in.
So now he can't do anything.
The Poxwalker cannot now fall back now because he was charged this battle round.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that keeps your Librarian safe from being shot.
My Combat Specialist will declare a charge on your Bolt Gunner only.
Okay.
So I'm going to change my tactic. I'm actually going to declare both of them as a charge target in case, because if I charge one he can just run away and then I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
In theory they can both do that, but it will stop at least one of them shooting.
Yeah, the Blight Launcher I'd rather like to shoot. So, but I can overwatch with both of them obviously. So we'll do a Bolt Gun first. Got a hit. Wounds on a 4. Oh, yeah.
3+. Made it.
That. And the Blight Launcher. No.
Whew. Charge distance, going to need about 7. Needs more than that, so I'm going to re-roll it.
So you're rolling both dice. Yeah, that's
Oh, finally made a charge.
So he makes it in like that.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm just going to ready all of my intercessors. And this Reaver is going to stay in combat.
Yeah. So over here, the Plasma Gunner has readied himself, and then over here, the Poxwalker, furthest up the board, is going to try and charge your Comms Specialist. It'll be an 11, and you do get to Overwatch, but another long shot.
2 shots hitting on 6s. Nope.
Nope. So we're looking for an 11. That's a 4. So it's definitely not enough, but he will move his 4, and then the other 2 Poxwalkers will advance. So we'll do the one, this one here with the axe first. He gets to over 6, and then the other one, an extra 1. So that brings the speedy Poxwalker all the way over to these ammo boxes, and the not so speedy Poxwalker is down here behind the box. And my Plague Surgeon has just moved up normally, his 5 inches. We'll be on to the psychic phase because I can't fall back Poxwalker who was charged.
He's going to try to manifest a Might of Heroes on the Reaver Sergeant, Combat Specialist.
Okay.
So he needs a 4
Yep, he gets his +1.
Yep.
It's a 7.
And then I guess he'll have a go and he'll put Veil of Time on this Reaver.
Okay.
Needs a 4 again. 12. So luckily he only perils on a roll of 12, not on an added up to 12.
Yes. So I'll be on to the shooting phase, and I will spend a command point for my commander's tactic again, and I will select your comm specialist, so I will be able to reroll 1s to hit when shooting him this turn. It's only really going to be useful with the plasma gunner, but hey. And now the Space Marines get to pick a ready model.
Yeah, my sniper specialist is going to fire his grenade launcher at your plasma gunner.
Okay.
I'll give him the +1 from the comm specialist, so he's got 1 shot hitting on a 4.
-2/+1. It hits.
He hits. Wounds on a 3. Wounds.
-1 armor save, so 4+. Nope, I don't have any command points.
D3 damage. 1.
Disgustingly resilient. Oh, phew.
Yeah.
And obviously my plasma gunner will go, and he will shoot at your comms specialist, who hasn't shot yet.
Mm-hmm.
I will supercharge his gun. In Kill Team, you only overheat on a natural 1, not a modified 1, fortunately. And I'm rerolling 1s thanks to the commander's tactic. So it's still one shot hitting on a 5, though. Rerolling 1s. I missed. But...
So I'll pick the leader. He'll shoot at this Poxwalker, who I think is not obscured.
Yeah, so he's not obscured from over there.
So with his bolt rifle, he's got 2 shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Disgustingly resilient.
Yeah.
I can make those this game. I haven't done much else.
And then the comm specialist will go. He'll throw a frag grenade at that Poxwalker.
Oh yeah, the one right really close to him.
Yeah. So he's got D6 shots. 3. Hitting on 4s because you're obscured.
Yes, but you don't get long range for grenades,
Yeah.
so I need to say.
That's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. 1.
Disgustingly resilient. Yeah, so that's 3, so he fails, so you get an injury roll.
Yeah, but it's on a 5 because
It's
you're
on
obscured.
it is
and
on
you're-
5.
And you're within, because you're obscured and within an inch of the cover. No.
No, so he takes a flesh wound. So this Reaver is going to opt not to shoot his bolt pistol at the Poxwalker, just in case I try and lob a crack. He kills him, and I lob a crack grenade at the Librarian. So my commander will shoot his bolt pistol at your comm specialist.
Yep.
He's obscured and more than half range, but re-rolling 1s on a 5. Oh, we hit. Wounding on a 4. No. That is it for shooting, and then you've got models who charged.
Yeah, I'll do the Reaver Sergeant first.
Okay.
So he'll put all of his attacks on the Eagle Heavy.
Might as well, just they're the same otherwise.
And he has 6 attacks. Yeah, he's a Reaver Sergeant, so he has 3. He gets +1 for his combat blade, he gets +1 for being a combat specialist, and he gets +1 for Might of Heroes. That's 6 attacks hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
5 hits, wounding on 4s, because he's got strength 5.
Ooh.
4 wounds.
3+ armor saves. Failed 1, there's a 2
Yeah.
over there. So,
Your
disgustingly resilient. Nope.
injury roll on a 4+, he's out of action. No, so he's flesh wounded as well.
He takes a flesh wound. And now you're all Librarian.
Then, yeah, now the Librarian, or I could pick the Reaver.
You could pick the Reaver as well.
I'll do the Librarian first. He has 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Wounding on a 3. He wounded. D3 damage. 2.
Double disgustingly resilient. Oh, I made it.
Oh.
Wow. The Librarian, he forgot to take his sword out or something.
And then the Reaver.
The Reaver gets to go because he's got Veil of Time.
Yeah. So he's got 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That's better. Wounding on 3s. 2.
Disgustingly resilient again. 1 went through this time.
4+ is out of action. Nope, it's flesh wounded as well.
So that's all the Space Marine models. So I'll start with that Poxwalker and he'll try and take out the Reaver, I suppose. 2 attacks on 5. No, nothing. Over here I'll start with my Heavy. He ignores the penalty for that flesh wound to his hit rolls because
Space Marine.
He's a Space Marine. So 1 shot on 1 shot, 1 hit. Oh, this is the False Emperor though. Oh, there's only 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. Oh, it did though. 6.
3+. Yep.
Then my generic man also 1 attack. Oh, he missed. And that is it. But in the morale phase, there will be things to do. The first thing we have to check for is whether my kill team ends up broken, because more than half my models are out of action or flesh wounded. Because I've got 4 out of action and 3 on flesh wounds. So I roll 2d6, compare it to the highest leadership in the kill team, which is the Plague Surgeon on 8. And if I roll higher than that, then it's broken, and bad things will happen. And I've rolled an 8, so I'm okay. Just about. Now I have to take nerve tests for models that are flesh wounded. We'll start with this Poxwalker here by these boxes. So this Poxwalker is just within 2 inches, so I get +1 for this, and my leader being a leadership specialist, my commander being a leadership specialist, gives me a +1 to... Basically it makes it 1 better. So yeah, I roll the d6, add 4 for the number of models taken out, and take away 2 for the friend within 2 inches and the commander of a special thing, and then compare it to his leadership. So 2+,
2.
2 is
fine.
4, which is his leadership, so he's okay. So actually made a slight mistake there. I probably should have done this Plague Marine over here first, because if that Poxwalker had ended up shaken, then he would have ended up with another penalty to it. So I'll do him before anyone else gets shaken. Yeah, 2 friends, and +1 for my commander, so be adding 3, so taking away 3, adding 4, but his leadership is reduced by the Reaver, so a 4. Yeah, because he add 1 to that. Yeah, because we add 1 to that roll, but even his reduced leadership of 6 is enough, so he's okay. Next, there's the guy in the middle. He's not within 2 inches of a friend, and the Reaver gives him -1 leadership, but he always passes on a 1. So if I roll a 1, he's okay. No, so he is shaken. So after all that, we'll be on to battle round 4, generating command points. So you go up to 3. Now I need to roll for initiative. I've rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7 as well.
Try again. 6.
11.
Right.
Yeah, so all the intercessors are going to ready. These 2 aren't going to fall back because the Poxwalker can't do anything because he's shaken.
So it keeps them safe from shooting, and they could only fall back anyway. So in my movement phase, this Poxwalker here with the flesh wound will try and charge your comms specialist to start off.
Yep, he will overwatch, hitting on 6s. Nope.
And charge distance 10 will
That's
be
enough.
plenty. So he'll just get to there, and then my commander will have a go next. It's quite a long charge, but he might as well keep him safe from being shot. Ooh, that might be enough actually. So yeah, that brings him to there. And then these other Poxwalkers, the closer one will try and charge as well. Let's see what we roll. Maybe not with a 5. So that isn't quite enough, but he'll move his 5 inches anyway to get as close as possible. And this final Poxwalker will advance an extra 2. Yeah, he will tuck himself in just like that. Finally, we will ready the plasma gun. And then the 2 Plague Marines who engage with the Reaver Sergeant have fallen back to over here. So with that, we will be on to the psychic phase, because the Poxwalker over here is shaken, can't do anything at all.
So the Librarian will attempt to manifest a Veil of Time on this intercessor.
Oh yeah, the comm specialist.
Needs a 4, got it with a 10.
Yep.
He will try to manifest Might of Heroes on the same intercessor, which he got with a 9.
I will use my command point for a tactic again. So this is the commander's tactic, and I'm going to pick the Reaver Sergeant over here as bring them down. It's called. So we get rolls to hit of 1 against him. Okay.
So at the start of the shooting phase, I'm going to play the decisive shot strategy. It costs 2 command points, but it lets me pick a unit to shoot, and he can shoot immediately before any walls. And I'm going to pick the Reaver Sergeant to throw a crack grenade at your.
Yeah, and I won't be obscured because from the point of view of your arm, you can see the whole model.
So he's got a shot hitting on 3.
Yep.
That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound.
-1 armor, 4+. Made it.
Yeah.
And then you get to pick because you've readied models.
The sniper with the grenade launcher will shoot at your guy again, and he'll get the +1 from the comm specialist.
Yeah.
Because he can do that even though he's in the middle of a fight.
Yep.
So there's 1 shot hitting on a 4. Nope. I'll re-roll that.
Okay. Command point for the turn.
Nope.
No, missed. Now the plasma gunner gets to shoot because he's ready. He will shoot the Reaver Sergeant, who's got marked for death, effectively. And he's with the plasma gun. I'm going to supercharge it because I'm rerolling 1s to hit thanks to my commander's thing. So 2 shots on 3s. Only 1 hit, but he didn't kill himself. Wounding on a 2 because it's overcharged. Bah! No, I can't reroll it.
Finally, the the Intercessor Sergeant will throw a frag grenade at this Poxwalker. So he's got D6 shots, 2, should have found his bolt rifle. Hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on 4. Nope. The Librarian will shoot his pistol.
Yeah, you might as well now because I've no fear of being shot.
You hit, wounding on a 3, wounded.
Disgusting resilient. Yes.
And then the Reaver will do the same. Hit, didn't wound.
So into the fight phase.
So I can pick so even though none of my units charged, I can still pick this Intercessor because he has Veil of Time.
Okay.
He's going to put all of his attacks on that Poxwalker. He has 3 attacks because of Might of Heroes, hitting on 3s. They all hit. Wounding on 3s. They all wound.
Disgusting resilient. Yeah, he takes something, so he takes an injury roll.
So it's
+1 to this because he has a flesh wound
So on
already.
a 3+, it's out of action. Nope.
No, second flesh wound. So we'll go with my commander. We've got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, 2s actually, sorry.
Yeah.
And 5+ generate Death of the False Emperor because he has +1 to hit.
Yeah.
So that gives another
5
2
hits.
hits. Yep. Wounding on 3. No, he's got Might of Heroes, so
4s.
wounding on 4s because it would be 5s. That's only 2 wounds.
6+. Nope.
No, so he does. Yeah, so it'll be an injury roll. And that's a 4, so he is taken out of action.
Yeah.
I think he will consolidate into your sergeant.
Yep.
I get to pick the Poxwalker as well technically, but he's going to stay where he is. There's no point doing anything with him. If I move into the sergeant, you'll just attack him.
Mm-hmm. So I'll pick the sergeant, you just pile in.
Yeah, you can do that.
So he's got 3 attacks hitting on 3s, 1 hit, wounding on 5. Nope.
Yep.
And I'll do the librarian.
Yep.
4 attacks hitting on 3s. It's better. Wounding on 3s. And then...
Yeah. Well, you could do them one at a time, because the one that kills him.
So there's 3.
So 3 damage, 3 disgustingly resilient. Yeah, that goes through, so then you get to roll 3 injury rolls, because it was a 3 damage weapon.
On a 3+ on any of these is out of action.
There we go.
Yeah, he's super dead.
So the Librarian consolidates over there. Then the Reaver does get... And then the Reaver doesn't get to go, because he wasn't charged or didn't charge, and David isn't in interim anymore. So that will be it for the fight phase. So on to the morale phase. Same thing again, I have to try not to be broken. Fortunately, I'm still not near any Reavers, so not a 9+. Oh dear, that's a 9.
Oh, so you are broken.
So I am broken. So that'll be -1 to hit across the board for everybody in the final battle round. Test to be shaken. I will start with the Blight Launcher man, although he doesn't have any friends nearby. Probably should have thought about that when moving him. Mm-hmm. Adding 4 to this roll, adding 5 to this roll, but then I take 1 away because my commander. And a 3 plus 4 is 7.
So he's fine.
Just about okay. Poxwalker basically needs to roll not a 1. Yeah, 6, so he is definitely shaken. So on to battle round 5, the last battle round. We gain our command points again, so you're up to 2, I've got 1. Then we roll for initiative. I've rolled a 9.
I've got a 10. So, yeah, my sniper has readied. The sergeant has fallen back, which now means the plague surgeon can't do anything.
Yeah, we'll get
he can't charge, but he can shoot. Actually, I will move out into the open, just in case, so we don't get grenaded. This Reaver's moved up, so he's within 2 inches of this. The Librarian actually skipped him, but he moved round. Mm-hmm. Reaver Sergeant will charge the Plasma Gunner. So he's just going to charge. There is a tactic I can use that allows the Reaver to throw a shock grenade before charging, but it costs 2 command points, and I want to save those for some rerolls.
Right, well, we're going to supercharge our Plasma Gun. So 2 shots on 6s. Oh, he blew up. So, he's dead. The Sergeant did attempt to charge, but he can't move because the model he was going to charge is gone. So we are going to make a change here just because we forgot exactly what the rule was, but my Plague Surgeon, because he started the movement phase within 1 inch of an enemy model, he can only fall back. He can't do anything else. Well, if he stays stationary, he could shoot.
In which case I would have left the Intercessor Sergeant there so that the Plague Surgeon can't get within 2 inches of the objective.
Yeah, exactly, because he now physically can't fit, so he'll just... that. So the Plague Surgeon will stay stationary so that he can...
throw a grenade.
These Poxwalkers are going to move. So yeah, they'll move on to the objective. This one over here cannot move because he's shaken, and as I said, the Plague Surgeon will stay where he is because he can't get within 2 inches of the objective. And over here, we're going to ready the heavy with the Blight Launcher, and this Bolt Gun man here will declare a charge on your wounded Reaver.
I'll retreat, so I'll fall back over here.
So that makes my charge longer, unfortunately. Ooh, 7.
Probably enough, actually.
But yeah, 7 is enough to get him to there. And that is it for my movement, though, so we'll be on to the Psychic phase.
The Librarian will try to manifest Psybolt. He's a 3.
Oh, that's
so
a double 1.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay, and yeah, remember to re-roll both this time.
Yep.
So it goes off.
So he takes a mortal wound.
Poxwalker takes a mortal wound, gets disgustingly resilient. Nope.
4 plus it's out of action. Yep.
Yeah, so there he goes. Probably decides the game, actually, but...
And then I will try to manifest Might of Heroes on this Reaver.
The one who was charged.
Yep.
Okay.
These are 4. Gets it with an...
So we'll be on to the shooting phase now, and your guy up here is ready.
Yeah. So the sniper is going to shoot at the Blight Launcher because he can actually see him.
Yeah, he's all over here.
Maybe he'll do something this game. He has 1 shot hitting on a 5, re-rolling 1s. Oh, he hit! Wounds on a 3. It wounded.
4 plus armor save.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I will re-roll that with command point. It's not the best use of it. Yeah, okay, so I did pass that, but I'm out of command points. But the Blight Launcher man does get to shoot, and he's going to shoot all the way over here at the Intercessor Sergeant. He's at long range, he's obscured, and being broken means I have a -1 to hit across the board, so hitting on 6s, but I need to kill someone on that objective, basically. So, yeah, 2 shots on 6s. Oh, I got 6.
Oh, you got a hit.
Wounding on a 3. Yep, it did.
5 plus. Nope.
D3 damage.
No, it's 2 damage.
2 damage. So, double 2 injury roll, and a 5 is enough to take him out.
Just down. Sarge goes down, and then the Librarian is the only one left to shoot. He'll throw a frag grenade at that Poxwalker nearby.
Yeah.
D6 shots I'm going to re-roll that.
Your last command point.
Wound hits on a 3. Wounds on a 4. Yes.
Injury roll.
Out of action on a 4+. No. Flesh wounded.
Could shoot the Plague Surgeon at somebody, but he's only got a bolt pistol on that's in range, and he can only do 1 wound, so it's not going to affect the outcome of the game, so I won't bother. On to the fight phase. I got 1 attack with this Plague Marine who charged. Hitting on a 3. No, he missed. Oh, I was hitting on a 4 anyway, because we're broken.
Reaver gets to fight back. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. They all hit. Wounding on 4s, because of my heroes. 3 wounds.
Armour saves. Oh, I made them. So currently both of the objectives are contested, which would technically give the Space Marines a minor victory because they didn't have the strategic advantage, and that's what it says. But I have to take nerve tests for everybody in the kill team because I'm broken. Apart from my commander, who actually is immune to them because I played that 5-point upgrade. So I need to do the Plague Marine who's on the objective because he has the most chance of passing. But I'm 7 people out of action, and he's near a Reaver, so basically...
You need to roll a 1.
I need to roll a 1. No, a 6. So he's shaken. So actually, I'm not going to bother re-rolling roll and rest because that means you take that objective because people who are shaken can't contest objectives. So you gain at least 2 victory points.
But that Poxwalker would also need to roll a 1.
Yeah. Let's just do that quickly. Yeah, the Poxwalker is also shaken, and everyone else doesn't matter.
Yeah, so the Space Marines technically hold both objectives then.
Yeah, so that would be 4 victory points for the Space Marines to 0. So definitely a Space Marine victory. So we'll recap all of that for you now. So that was our little look at kill team commanders using the stuff from Warhammer 40,000 Conquest. How do you felt the game went, first of all?
I think I didn't do very well early on. I think I mismoved the Reavers. It might have actually been better to, when I failed those charges, it might have actually been better to move up. Because I'm still getting used to the movement rules in this, because we don't play kill team very often.
Yeah, that is probably an important point generally, is we actually don't play kill team that often. This is the first game we've played. These 2 games are the first games we've played in a while, so yeah, if we did things that weren't necessarily the best thing to do or made mistakes, then forgive us, because we're trying to figure out how to play it again.
But I think your shooting mostly is what let you down. Well, having a Psycho actually, even though he was only level 1, really did actually make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't actually use... Oh, he did smite a couple of... Well, not smite. He did cyborg a couple of Poxwalkers. But your use of Might of Heroes and Veil of Time across the board on various people actually did help. Like, being able to... Like, being Strength 5 against Plague Marines, all that, just the usual stuff.
The extra attack.
And being able to fight first as well before... or as though he charged as well. So that was quite important. So, yeah, I think... I didn't really have a proper plan. My deployment, I sort of felt like I wasn't really happy with my deployment, and I just felt like I kind of should have been sending certain people in certain directions with a sense of purpose, and that didn't really happen in the end.
But I think one of the key deciding moments is probably when your leader died before the game even started.
Yeah,
which denied you all those command points.
Yeah. Yes, if you haven't seen the previous episode, spoilers, yeah, he did that before.
He didn't die then.
No, the previous time he didn't die, he just took a flesh wound, which actually didn't really impair him at all in the end. But in this one, yeah, he died, and he had a plasma gun and a power fist. But more than anything else, being on 1 command point for every battle round of the game has actually hampered me a fair bit. And I could have taken a commander specialisation for my commander, which would give me an extra command point at the start of every turn that could only spend on commander tactics, but it would have meant effectively 2 command points because most of the time I did spend it on commander tactics.
Yeah, so, yeah. You had a tactic. Yeah, you said that if you used it, you spent 2 command points to just pass all nerve tests for the remainder of the round. Well, but you couldn't do that because you never had enough command points.
Yeah, I would have had to save up. And the same with Cloud of Flies is a really good strategy, but it cost 2, so I didn't have enough to spend it and I needed to use them.
Well, I think as well I managed to kill off some of your Poxwalkers, which actually led you to having to take break tests, and you actually failed, which is a big deal.
Yeah, well the funny thing was I took the leadership speciality for my commander, as I said at the beginning, in order to try and mitigate the fact that one of the weaknesses of Death Guard is that Poxwalkers, for whatever reason when they die, they still used to have to take nerve tests based on that. As in, the Plague Marines care. I don't know if they should, it feels like maybe they shouldn't care.
It does seem a bit odd.
But I was trying to mitigate that by taking that specialisation, but it didn't really help very much. And also, of course, so the Plague Surgeon as a commander is very cheap. Level 1, he's only 45 points. And so that means you can get a level 3 as I did for 75. And then I stacked a couple of upgrades on top of him.
Whereas the Librarian is 81 points for a level 1.
So he starts really expensive.
And I fancied having the extra body of a Reaver, which I think made a big deal because I would have been below half strength if I didn't have him by the end of the game. So
yeah.
And the level 2 upgrades for the Psyker, I don't think was that useful. Your options are you can either add 1 to deny the witch test, which is really relevant. The other level 2 upgrade is you can add 1 to your psychic test for each successful power you've cast beforehand, but that would have only amounted to an extra +1.
2
And I
powers.
thought an extra Eagle would be worth more than that.
Well, and you get +1 to his Psycho test anyway for the level 1.
Yeah.
The Librarian can take other specialisations as well, like he can take some of the ones that make him better at melee and do various other things,
Yeah,
so that was also options.
Essentially a whole new batch of specialisations solely for commanders, and Space Marines can actually take quite a lot of them. I think lieutenants and captains can take all of them except for Psycho.
And the Librarian has a fair choice. You can take the Chaplain as well.
Yeah.
And also, your lieutenants, for example, are actually much cheaper. So if you'd taken them, you could have taken...
Yeah, they're 45 points for a level 1, I think.
Yeah, so you could have been 2 or 3 extra models.
And you could give him something like the Strength Specialist, so it gives him +1 Strength, so he's wounding Death Guard on 4s.
Yeah, he becomes a kind of acceptable melee combatant if you give him the right combination of skills. Well, I went for the Plague Surgeon because he's actually not that bad, but...
He's pretty... Against Space Marines, he's pretty good. Also, if you were wondering, if you haven't played Kill Team before and you're wondering why the Surgeon's Aura never came into effect, it's because character auras have to be activated in Kill Team, which costs a command point usually. Also, the Plague Surgeon's Aura is only in effect in the fight phase anyway if it is activated.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. It's kind of annoying. One of the thing he had from the leadership specialisation is it increases his aura abilities by 3 inches, so it would have been 6-inch aura of re-rolling ones for discussing resilient. Yeah, and once I was down to 1 command point per turn, I didn't want to spend it on that. But there are other abilities, like the Captain's Aura ability is a tactic.
And the Lieutenant's one as well.
You just spend a command point and they get their Aura ability that they have in the main game.
The other options you would have been taken were the Foul Blight Spawn and the Biologist Future Fire.
Yes, technically the Tallyman is an option as well, but we don't have him with the magazine yet. If you wanted to have a go at the sort of stuff from the magazine and you're not up to issue 38 for the Plague Surgeon, then I didn't go for the Foul Blight Spawn, basically because he's really expensive. At a high level of specialisation, I think his base cost is like 80, so he goes up quite steeply. I could have taken the Biologist Putrefier and given him I think it's the Logistics specialisation, which would have...
You can increase the range of one of his weapons by 6.
You can do bits and pieces with him that make him not completely useless, but I decided not to go with him because even with his pistol being a 9-inch range, that's 4.5 inches for half range, and then with the obscured and more than half range, he's still only hitting on 5s with it and stuff like that. So it's like you have to spend more command points to make sure he hits. And so yeah, we did show you the range. So if you've been getting in Conquest magazine for a while, then you will have a few commanders you could try out if you want to.
We'll pretty much get access to all the options for the Death Guard and the Space Marines.
Yeah, and as I said as well at the beginning, I think this isn't a thing to be like, oh, we're going to do this every single game of Kill Team. I think it's just a thing you can add on top that adds a bit more variety. I think the biggest problem I had in this game actually was trying to remember everything, because once you add commanders on top, all their abilities, all their tactics you can use, it's just more things to try and remember. And I think that's just one of those things. If you play a lot of games, you just get used to it. I think it's just because
it's our second Kill Team game in a long time, so we were probably already forgetting stuff in the base game. So adding basically a whole new game on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know. Like Kill Team, for me, is like it's time for the regular guys to shine, because you have all these heroes on the big tabletop. So it's like, Kill Team, it's just regular dudes. But now it's here's a. So yeah, maybe we'll consider doing a Kill Team series, but I think we would actually start new Kill Teams at the basic level and then build them up and do like a campaign, and then maybe add a commander and elites.
So I think that's all for this video. As I said before, you can check out Spekt's video. There's a link in the description. It talks more about the various options you have and the hobby side of it, and also actually about going to your local store and meeting people and playing games with them as a good way into the larger hobby, I guess. With regards to this video, if we made any mistakes, please let us know. This was just to give you a flavour, really, of what you can do with the stuff from Conquest. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, then leave a like and subscribe to keep up to date with the latest videos, and maybe also hit that notification bell if you haven't already, because with the new YouTube homepage, I find it impossible to find anything anymore. Yeah, if you'd like to see more Kill Team videos, then let us know. If there's any other things you can think of we could do with Conquest miniatures, then let us know as well down below. We've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.